Good morning. My Facebook feed every day has business consultants promising to deliver hundreds and thousands of leads to your business. And you know what? I'm calling bullshit on that today. You don't need leads. You just need to get your shit together in your business. So stop spending money externally and look internally, and you're going to save money. Stay tuned today, because that's what I'm going to share with you. Hey, thanks for tuning in to J10 The Raw Show 47. Morning Greg, morning Christine, morning Jackie, morning Woz. This is where I chew the thin on business, and I just give you my opinion on how to get your hustle mode on in business. Simple as that. Green screen in the back. There's some cool stuff that's happening that we're going to be doing at Active Management. You have to stay tuned for that one, and you'll see why we've got this. And I'm using Chrome today for the first time, doing Facebook Live straight from Chrome. And over here, I'm doing it on Instagram. So I'm getting double whammy. I'm learning about this technology. So it's all pretty exciting. Okay. I normally start off every show with some shout-outs. So, Christine's in Barcelona. Hello, Barcelona. Morning, Angus. I normally start out the show with some shout-outs, and today I've just got one shout-out, just one, and it's a heartfelt shout-out to the people of Manchester. And this is not a platform for political statements, so don't worry, there's no political statements. I also try to keep my emotions intact, but as you guys know, I was in Manchester last week, and I walked past right where the attack happened. So that kind of makes it a bit more real for me. But it's actually the face in the media of Safi Rose Russo, who was an 8-year-old girl who passed away at this event, and that just breaks my heart. 8-year-old Safi, she's the same age as Zoe, and that's my Zoe, and I just can't fathom what the parents would be going through. I can't fathom what the families of any of the victims would be going through. It's just gut-wrenching. So please join me, everybody, in saying a prayer or sending your love to the people of Manchester. Just hit like right now if you'd like to send that love to them. It's a tough time over there, and it's a tough world that we live in now, I guess. But anyway, it's a shout-out to all you people in Manchester. I'm not sure how you follow on from that. It's pretty gut-wrenching, but I'm going to, and I'm not going to let those bastards win. So let's move on to the business and chewing the thin on business. You know, I really debated about whether I would have a rant around consultants promoting themselves at doing lead generation activities for club owners and business owners. It doesn't matter what business, you know. And I know you guys like these people, because on my Facebook feed I can see who likes what consultant generating what leads. So I know you guys like that, and I debated whether I would actually have a rant around that or whether I just give you some thoughts and ideas. And I went with the thoughts and ideas because I actually have an opinion, and that is most businesses already have enough leads. Most have enough leads coming through the business. The problem is you don't realise you've got the leads. That's the challenge. So let me give you 2 examples on why I think this is true. Good morning, Alyssa. Good morning, Laura. And good morning, Briggsy. How you going? Here are 2 examples. The first example is a client of mine who said, we need to increase our marketing as we don't have enough leads. Now, I've seen their marketing. It's a solid marketing plan. Their marketing pieces are strong. They've got calls to action. They've got urgency. They tick all the right boxes. And I can see why it would be working. So one of the services we offer at Active Management is mystery shopping. So I said to this client, what we'll do is we'll give you 10 free mystery shop calls. We'll give you 10 free mystery shop calls, and let's just see what happens. Okay, so we made those 10 calls, and here's the results. Every call was answered. Woohoo! Morning, Riso. We'll talk to you later in the day, Riso. 10 calls were made and every call was answered. So that's a good thing. Okay, 6 appointments were made out of that 10. Now, that's not that flash. We can certainly improve that number. 8 of those 10 calls were not recorded anywhere. In other words, 8 out of 10 leads were not recorded anywhere, or 2 leads were recorded. Now, if we break that 8 down, the 4 calls that were not appointed, were not made to come in and have a look around, were not recorded anywhere. So we don't even know that those people called. And of the 6 where appointments were made, only 2 of those were recorded anywhere. The other 4 weren't recorded. So in fact, in this business, there wasn't a problem with a lack of leads. The leads were there. There just wasn't a system in the business to be tracking those leads. Or if there was, it wasn't being adhered to by the team. Okay, example number 2. Example number 2 is this. An inquiring client about active management services wanted more leads. So she rang me and she said, hey, I'm interested in getting more leads. Can you help me with my marketing? I said, sure, absolutely. Let me ask you a couple of questions to start off with. Because I said, what are you looking this for? And she said, I need to earn more money. So therefore I need more leads to get more clients. I said, cool. What's your capacity? How many more clients do you actually need? And she said, well, what do you mean by capacity? I said, well, how many free time slots do you have that you need to be able to put clients into? She said, oh, I've only got 2. I said, you've only got 2 free time slots. Are you planning on employing another trainer so that you can get more people in? Is that the thought process? No, I'm not having any more trainers. I just need two more clients. I said, you don't actually need more leads. If you've only got 2 time slots, you don't need more leads. What you probably need to do is look at your pricing, because you're not charging enough if you're not making enough money. So again, if we look internally at the business, we don't need more leads. We just need to get our shit together inside our business. So I don't care what business you're in. I know Scotty Gresham's here and Scotty's not from the fitness industry. I don't care what business you're actually in. What I care about is that you get your shit together inside your business and that you're not paying money for leads, because it's a waste of your money. It's a waste. You may generate the phone ringing. You may get more Facebook fans. You may get your inbox binging with leads coming through. Or you might get people walking through. But if you don't have a sales system to close, and if you don't have an onboarding system to get new members on board, then all you're doing is wasting that money. Simple as that. In other words, you'll have wasted your money to get leads into a bucket that's leaking everywhere. Why spend the money? So before you start spending money on lead generation activities, turn the blowtorch on your business. Turn the blowtorch on yourself. Now, I use that term for a very specific reason. You see, many owners and many business coaches or consultants would simply say something like this. Let's look in the mirror and just see where we're at. Now, that's also bullshit, guys. That's soft. That's useless. You need to put yourself under the heat of a blowtorch to see if your systems work. You need the heat. You need that energy to see if it's working. Get your shit together internally so that you can make more money than you've ever made before by having your systems in place. That's the critical thing. Here's how a business should work. Morning, Dave. Morning, Marty. Morning, Rebecca. You're up early this morning, Rebecca. Good to see you up early. Okay, here's how your business should work. I've got this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Here we go. Step A, the prospect inquires. Step B, you price present to that prospect. Step 3 is the prospect joins or buys. Therefore, they become a client or a member. Step D is this one. The new client or the new member become happy. because they use your services, they get value, and they're getting results. Okay, that then leads us to step E, the fifth step in this, which is twofold. Step E, number one, is because this new client or this new member is happy, they tell people. They go out and spread the word around what you're doing. And everybody that hears then goes back into step A, which is a prospect who inquires. Or the second one is that people notice that they're happier, notice they're more productive at work, notice that they're getting results, notice that they feel better. And so they ask, what the hell are you doing? And your new client or your new member then says, oh, I'm doing da-da-da-da-da, or I'm using this service. And they go, wow, tell me more about it. That pushes them back up to the prospect at the top. Hit like right now if you agree with what I'm saying. If it makes sense with what I'm saying. The prospect comes in, they inquire, we price present, they buy or they join, they get results, they tell their friends. It's a simple formula, guys. Hit like if you agree. Come on. There's a couple. Thank you. Thank you. Love it, love it, love it. Now, I appreciate I've just dumbed this right down. Right down. But for 90% of fitness businesses, or small business in general, that's all it takes. The friction in our business occurs at when the prospect inquires, at the price presentation, and then delivering the service to get value and results. That's where the friction is. Inquiry, price presentation, and getting results. That's where the friction is. So now when you get these three steps right, then you may not need any lead. Growing business. While I'm on my high horse about getting your shit together, let me share with you this. How many leads do you really need? Most businesses can't even tell me that. It's all very well to say, I need more leads, I need more leads, I need more leads, but how many do you actually need? And for me, there's two components to work out this. There's two ways to work out how many people you need in relation to leads. Scotty Gresham says, boom, nailed it. It ain't about price, doesn't matter the industry. No, you're absolutely right. Morning, Matty Frost. Okay, so here are the two components to work out how many leads you need. One is your sales ratios. In other words, how many inquiries do you need to get how many price presentations, to get how many new clients? This is pure maths. This is data that you should be collecting in your business. And when you know those three ratios, inquiries to price presentations to sales, when you know those two bits of data, then that will tell you exactly how many leads you need. Simple as that. It's just maths. Number two is, what is your capacity? You don't need to pay for lead generation activities if you only need a few extra leads a month. You should be able to self-propagate that within the business. What you really need to know is how many leads do you need to fill your capacity. So what is your capacity? How many clients can you service in whatever business you're in? How many clients can you service appropriately so that they are getting quality service? Now, if you are looking at getting a consultant or a business coach in to help you with lead generation, or to help anywhere in business, let me give you a little bit of advice. Give that business coach very clear instructions on what you want them to do. Very clear instructions. Here's the quote that I would like you to use. Help me reduce the friction points in my business so that I can have a life. What do you think of that as a brief for a consultant? What do you think of that as a brief as a consultant? Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that quote. Let me say it again. Help me reduce the friction points in my business so that I can have a life. What do you think of that? I reckon that's a great brief. That's why I wrote it. By the way, you can define life any way you like. It could mean more money. It could mean more time off. It could mean more toys. It could mean whatever the hell you want life to be. But if you're going to get a business coach or you're getting a consultant, That's the brief you need to give them. Get rid of the friction points in my business. Don't restructure my product. Get rid of the friction points. Okay. Now, one more thing. If you are going to employ a coach or a consultant, let me give you this advice. Be very sure that you know what you're employing, because they're both very different. For me, a coach teaches you how to do things. A coach teaches you how to do things. A consultant will come in and do the things for you. Okay? They're very different. So you need to be employing that person. Are they coaching you or are they consulting? Are they going to do it or are they going to do it for you? Because if you've got that very clear, then the expectations are going to match between you and what they're delivering. And before you ask, I'm the coach. I'm not a consultant anymore. I don't go in and do things for people. I teach you how to do it. In fact, I like to call myself a transformational coach, which means I want to transform the lives of my clients, transform businesses that I work with, so that they become a better business or a better version of themselves, a better leader. I still want the business to win in the short term, but I'm there for the long-term win in the game. That way I get to leave a legacy with the clients that I work with. But it's also why I only work with 21 clients. I only do business coaching with 21 people because I need to stay on top of it and I need to be able to help everybody as we work through. Morning, Ben Delahunty. How are you, buddy? Okay, by the way, if you ever want any help from me, just put JT in the comments below and I'll send you some info if you want any business coaching with me. Happy to help out. Okay, hope that helps. If you think that gives any advice to either yourself, hit like, or if you think it will help anybody else that you know that is on your Facebook feed, please tag them in the comments below so that they can get an idea that it's not about lead generation, it's about getting our systems right in the business first. Fill the holes in the bucket before we start filling the bucket with leads. Please share it. I'd be very grateful for you. For you. Oh, whatever. Okay, what's on next week for me? Well, next week I'm getting my planning together because the week after I've got the Club Owners Roundtable, which we're doing in Sydney, and we've got a couple of new members joining that group, and we're also doing some pretty cool stuff. I want to say a huge shout out to the crew rowing team here in Sydney. I'm taking the Club Owners to that place to have a little one-on-one workout with the boys there, so that should be pretty fun. Okay, I've also got my first coaching sessions this week with Peter from Sydney and Paula from Perth. So pumped up to have my first coaching sessions with those two guys and girls. And of course, I need to get back to this online course that I'm doing. I'm supposed to be up to module 3 and I'm still languishing back at module 1. So I'm just wondering if I commit to you guys right now this week that next week I'll share some insights from the learning of the first 3 modules. Well, the 4th module will be out Monday, but let's say the first 3 modules on the show, then maybe I'll be accountable then, won't I? So I'll have to share some insights. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the next 3 modules over the next week. Next Friday, I'll give you some insights on what I've learned from doing the Ask Method. That is an online course done by Ryan Levesque. So I'll share that with you. Okay, so what else can I do? Oh, I need to finish with quote of the week. Okay, quote of the week. Oh, what's Maddie Frost saying? Love that message, JT. Fill the holes in the bucket before filling the bucket with leads. Excellent, thank you. And yes, Maddie, I am going to commit. I'm going to share those things with you. Okay, here's my quote of the week, guys. Help me reduce the friction points in my business so that I can have a life. I believe every business person should have a business coach for some reason. Teams have a coach. And why do they have a coach? Because that coach is more experienced. That coach sees things differently. That coach is there to help, support, and lead you when things get tough. That's why we have a business coach. Okay, but you need to make sure that you get the right business coach, so give them the right brief. Here's the brief. Help me reduce the friction points in my business so I can have a life. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, PK. You jumped in right at the end. Andrew Ward and Taylor, good morning. Hope you guys all have an awesome weekend. It's going to be great weather here in Sydney. Can't wait for it. Keep an eye on what's going to happen with this green screen coming up with active management. Thanks for tuning in to JT in the Raw, show 47. We'll be back next week with some thoughts and tips around marketing your business using the ask method. Okay, catch you guys later.